Have you ever stared at a clock? I swear, if you don't blink, it's like the hands don't move. Minutes only pass behind your back like they don't want you to hear what they're saying, whispering that some things never change. Now, I know that it's 2016, but sometimes the evening news seems more like a time machine than a daily update because the conversation on race in America is like stepping into a documentary. Now, I told myself that I would never write a poem about race because no matter what you say, it's a lose-lose. You're either racist, or you're obnoxious, or you're pretentious, or you're just an uppity white kid who doesn't understand the nuance, which is probably all true. But still, the conversation goes like clockwork. We've gotten real good at saying the maximum amount of words for the minimal impact because Black lives matter. And blue lives matter, and whose lives matter, and do lives matter? We say that we want a future that is better than the past, but that's the same thing they said in the 1950s when Rosa Parks sat at the front of the bus, or the 1860s when Lincoln addressed the nation, or the 1770s when they decided how much of a person a black man counted as. The clock sure moves slow. We put a man on the moon before we figured out how to live with people different than ourselves. The clock may have stopped. We will likely cure cancer before we cure this cancerous hate. The clock is broken. Cancer grows not by killing living cells, but by rapidly increasing the poisoned ones. Your body self-destructs by replicating its own mistakes. I'd argue that tumors are the slowest form of suicide. And so it grows. Difference breeds hate. Hate breeds division. Division breeds difference. Difference breeds hate. Hate breeds division. Division breeds difference. Difference breeds division. Division breeds difference. Difference breeds division. Division breeds hate. Human progress never rolls in on the wheels of inevitability. It turns out time does not cure all ills because we are still enslaved to this arthritic clock whose hands are frozen somewhere between oppression and discontent. I wish I could turn them backwards because where was I when Adam and Eve were sold for the price of dignity, stained by this original sin from the cotton fields of Eden you see in its infancy? America was taught the language of hate. It is hard to break bad habits, but harder still to forget your mother tongue because whips, like words, they leave deep red scars, and violence against my neighbor is still self-harm. And while the guilt pours from my open wounds, I don't even wipe it away because I've convinced myself that it belongs there. You see, America's ancestors, they left me riches, opportunities, and a backyard full of bodies passed down like a family Bible we no longer use for religion simply to keep track of important dates. But if I give up that Bible, am I still to be held responsible for the bodies? After all, it is my backyard. They say forgive and forget, but what I want more than forgiveness is a perfect memory and a clock that finally catches up to a time where we can leave the skeletons to the museum, a place that is to be visited, not lived in. The past is for learning from, not for putting down stakes, but I told myself that I would never write a poem about race because apparently saying anything at all is just a lose-lose.